Christmas is by far my favorite holiday. I've loved it all my life. And I wanted to comment that I've written quite a bit on it, including a book. I also wrote an essay in which I compared A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens to Silas Marner by George Eliot, who, as everybody knows, George Eliot was actually a woman. And I find it very significant that the Victorian era gave us two classic novels, those two, about the rehabilitation of misers. Now, they are distinct in format, style, and plot, but they resemble each other in significant ways. And one of the most significant is that they are about the rehabilitation of men through their love of children, and the children that they love are not their own biological children or have any possibility of being their biological children. And that does bring up something that I think is important to recognize, and that is the fact that men do not have the same natural connection to children that women do. Yet, a man can love a child so strongly that he would die for that child. Okay? A man can love a child just as much, I believe, as a woman can, including the woman who carried and gave birth to the child. But the thing about that is, because there is not this natural connection, we have to, in essence, create a connection between men and children. Since nature did not impose on them the burden or blessing of childbirth, we have to artificially create it. And one of the reasons for marriage, one of the reasons that marriage evolved, was specifically to link men to the next generation. But unmarried men should not be excluded from loving children. And of course, there's a problem there automatically, because there's always that possibility. Does he love children because he wants to abuse them? And that does provide a problem, but that problem is not insurmountable. I also think it's interesting to point out that in an era in which women have had many roles previously closed to them opened up to them, I'm not sure the same thing is true of men. I think to a large extent men are excluded, still excluded, from working with children. And that's just one of the ways that men are still kind of stuck in sex roles to an extent that women are not. Conservative writer Mona Charen, who tends to blame almost all of men's problems on the, quote, feminist, unquote, movement, said that she put an ad in for Mother's Helper. She automatically excluded one of those who answered because that person was a man. It's possible she excluded the best person, but that person was excluded because of his genitals. Okay, and I am rambling a little bit here, but I really do think it is important that we expand roles for men, and that we take to heart the lessons in both A Christmas Carol and Silas Marner, that men can have their lives vastly improved through their love for children. Hope you like that. Bye.